and welcome to Add More Zest. Happy 8th of June to you all. So we are working down here today. Get ourselves some grass going on, more than likely. Oh, we've got a little ladybird too. That's kind of cute. Okay, just having a look. I think I'm just going to scoot this one up a little bit, just so I can get to that one. But apart from that, I think we're all good. Excuse me. Get that cough. Oh, we've got a flower as well. Very pretty. Okay, let's zoom you in. So I'm using a pen today that was gifted to me by Diana. I'm just going to have a shuffle about. On my desk I have my case with all my diamonds, and then of course my laptop that has all the questions etc. on. When I zoom in, I like to have a little bit of a shuffle so that you can see what it is that I'm doing. So there we go. We are on number 8. I am still going to crack out the black first, and let's get going. Every day when I start this, I always wonder how the glue dot I have is going to behave. It's always my first thing. Am I going to fight with a glue dot, or are we all good to go today? And today, on this one, we are all good to go. It's a clicker. Can you hear it? Well, that one didn't do it that loud, but yeah, it's a clicker. It's a clicker dot. They get those when they're fairly sticky. They get quite clicky, which is nice. Okay, questions for today. So, first question is, did the shipment of Christmas paintings that you reordered ever turn up? No, they actually made their way back to China, apparently. That's the latest that I heard, is they ended up all the way back to China. So yeah, I have zero idea what is going on with those. They definitely did a bit of a trip, you know, and of course it happened on paintings that were more time sensitive than others. But no, they've not made it to the UK yet. Next question. Who is your favourite artist in diamond painting? Ooh, I think going by my stash, I need to say Splatterworks. There are some amazing artists, there really are. There's many artists that I like, so I love the paintings from McNeil's studio, which was White Christmas, and a couple of the other Christmas ones I've got. I love Splatterworks. I love a lot of Hannah Lynn. However, I don't do a lot of Hannah Lynn. Like, I enjoy them, the art within them, but they're just not subjects for me, apart from the odd couple. But I can still appreciate the art, even if it's not to my taste. Yeah, there's a few different ones. I do very much go on individual paintings rather than artists as such, but I am always excited for a new Splatterworks. So to give one answer, I think it would need to be Splatterworks, because I just love their pictures. Then we've got, what type of flavour or coffee do you prefer? Have you ever tried coffee bags? No, I've not tried coffee bags, actually. I tend to use at home, I use Nespresso pods, or should I say the Nespresso style pods. I did have a favourite one from Nespresso themselves, one that I really enjoyed, but I don't think it's one they do anymore. But Nespresso original pods, considering the amount of coffee that I drink, are not the most cost effective. So while I currently have a Law machine, L-O, is it apostrophe O-R? Or is it L-O apostrophe R? I currently have one of their machines because my last Nespresso machine got all bunged up and it wasn't one that you could take apart. Like, hubby took it apart a few times, like would have avoided the warranty taken apart, because they're not made to be taken apart, those machines. But they should be, to be honest, because they do need cleaning where the coffee grounds end up. So anyway, I have a Law machine now that takes Nespresso pods, and I actually get my pods from Aldi. They're extremely reasonable price, very good price for like 10 of them. Of course, I don't pick them up in 10s. Wouldn't last me long at all. Yeah, but I like to get a variety of them. So I tend to get them from the number 6 or 7 up, like strength-wise, or like, I think they call it strength-wise. But yeah, ones that do espresso, not lungo. And I warm my milk up in the microwave and then add a shot of espresso. And I mainly do it in the microwave and then add the shot of espresso because, quite frankly, I'm too lazy to clean where the milk goes and the milk machine side of things. I'm too lazy to have to clean that out all the time. I'd much rather just put it in the microwave to warm it. I tend to drink flat whites anyway. So that is warm milk but with no froth. So yeah, I'd much rather do it that way. And yeah, I actually like open up boxes and tip them all in to a tub and vary it. I very much enjoy one coffee to the next tasting slightly different. So tasting slightly different from the last one. I don't like to have the same coffee all the time, all day. I like the different tastes. So yeah, that is my caffeine that I drink and love and will be having as soon as I finish this whip and waffle. I'll be having one of as soon as. Okay, now I did copy one name over from the Facebook questions because my second eldest, Caris, the little dream, asked the question, who's your favourite kid? And as she very well knows, that varies on a daily basis. I've always told the kids it always varies on a daily basis, and if you make me a coffee, you can probably be my favourite for the day. But yeah, it always varies in this house. If you've emptied the dishwasher or if you've made me a brew, then you're probably going to be the favourite for the day. But yeah, that's the way I've always done it with the kids. They each are so similar but so different as well. That yeah, it very much can depend on their mood, my mood, and how's the day's going as to who may be the favourite. Next question. So their question is a chart to art / pattern keeper question. Can you use pattern keeper with a chart to art, and if so, how do you do it? The answer is yes, you now can use chart to art with pattern keeper. I do it for all of mine now. So it used to be that it was only available in like an image. So if you downloaded your chart, like maybe back when you got the kit, you need to go and re-download. So they have all been changed. I actually figured out for our advent painting last year how to get it from the software that's used to design the diamond paintings, how to get it into a PDF that was compatible with Pattern Keeper, because we both actually use software that is compatible. So I figured out how to do it. I then mainly started it because I wanted chart to art in Pattern Keeper format for mine, but I ended up doing it for all of them so that everybody could have access to get them into that PDF format. So if you've currently got them as JPEGs, if you downloaded them when you purchased the kit and it's a JPEG, go back and get the PDFs that are now on their website. They're now all as PDFs, and all the new ones are also going to be PDFs. Do pay attention to the first page, because there are some symbols on the older charts that I had to change because they weren't available in our software. So I had to change them, hopefully for something that is close enough or different enough for you to know what it is. But yeah, they're now compatible PDFs, so you will just do it exactly the same way as the likes of a Heaven and Earth design chart. You will just import the PDF and it will do it for you. There is a couple of symbols, as I say, that are different. So all I really suggest is when you're working on a chart to art, you don't even need to print off the symbol list necessarily, to know which ones are different. If you're working from the ones that are marked on the canvas, use the symbols on your bottles. If you're working on Pattern Keeper, pay attention to the DMC number rather than the symbol. That's all I can suggest really in relation to that. And I didn't find I had a problem at all. But yeah, you can just import PDF pattern and it will show you the finished image. That is part of Pattern Keeper. So if need be, when you've imported it, when you've hit import and it asks you to verify, get somebody else in the house to do it, or do what I did and just do them all at once when you first got it, and you'll forget by the time you're working on it. Your brain will just forget what they are. So you could do that. But yeah, it's really, really easy now. And going forward, all new ones are going to be on PDF. I know Sam's been working on them recently for the ones that are due. So yeah, it's really, really easy. If you're unsure how to import a chart into, I think on my Heaven and Earth design playlist, I show you importing the chart into Pattern Keeper. It's exactly the same way with the chart to art. Exactly the same way. It's actually the same software that Heaven and Earth design use, so it will import the same way. And I'm pretty sure going forward, Sam has worked with the supplier to use the same codes, so to use the same symbols that we have access to in both sets of software, which means that the PDF will match up to the symbols on the chart. Next question, what is the diamond painting from your stash that you are most looking forward to working on? And what's one kit from another company that you have your eye on? Ooh. Now, I have mentioned a few that I'm really looking forward to doing that are in my stash. I don't know if I have one top of my list out of those. out of the likes of Supernova, People's Princess, Outside the Sweet Shop, Splatterworks. I think they're my looking forward to. I don't know if one of them beats the rest in any particular way. There has been the odd time that I've had a diamond painting that I have, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, wanted to do over any other. And I have kitted those up very, very soon after they arrived. So Mr. Quackers was one, Cosmic Trip was another. And they're both ones I was very excited to do and sort of push them further forward in the queue. At the moment, I don't, oh, White Christmas as well. That was another one that I pushed in front. I don't think I have any others that are like that at the moment. I have many that I will be very excited if the decision wheel chooses, but I am happy to let the decision wheel make the request for me. The other question was, what's one kit from another company that I have my eye on? There actually isn't any at the moment, apart from knowing that the Chart to Art pre-order, the Chart to Art ones are due. Apart from that, there's not actually ones that I've got my eye on. I haven't particularly been looking at any, but at the moment I am very happy with the number in my stash, the amount that I have. I actually feel it is probably too many for me, for my comfort level with it. It's probably too many. I probably need to do a destash and actually whittle some of them down, even though I know it will be hard because I like all the ones in there. But if I took it down to just the ones I love, then I might be able to do it. But yeah, there's actually none, I say, apart from the Chart to Arts, that I have my eye on to potentially get or want to get. I actually have some points, I think, or a coupon. I had points that were expiring with Diamond Art Club because I haven't ordered for quite a while. And I converted them into a voucher, and I think I have like 2 months to use that or something. But to be honest, I'm thinking of maybe passing on the voucher because there's nothing at the minute that is grabbing me enough that I want to add to my stash with it. I'm like, I just want to work through the ones that I have at the moment and get excited when I get to do, you know, another Chart to Art or when another paint gem set comes out, which I have got the feeling they're going to drop a load on us soon because it's been a while. Next one is round drill or square drill. Which do you prefer? I think I have had this question before as well. But while I enjoy both, I think it is slightly more to square. I don't think I'd want to never be able to do a square one again. To be fair, I don't think I'd ever want to not be able to do a round one either. My ratio is probably 2 square diamond paintings followed by 1 round diamond painting is probably my nice mixture, or what I'd like as a mixture. So yeah, I enjoy them both, but I slightly favour squares rather than rounds, and my stash probably shows that too, because I definitely have more square than round. Okay, this has got a lot of colours in this one. And I'm sort of looking at the lots of different symbols. Next question, do you ever turn your canvas to make it easier to reach your symbols, or do you leave it the same way all the time? I do turn it in the fact of when I first have a canvas, whatever canvas that may be, I will always work, because I like to work on my easel, even if it's then on my drafting table, I will always work on the short edge. So, I mean, this picture's a square, but if this was, say, 40 down, but then 60 or 70 across, I would turn the canvas and work on the side of it. And I just get used to it as long as I turn it the same way. So if this was the canvas, I have to turn it this way so that I'm looking at the symbols this way. As long as I'm doing it that way, I don't find I have a problem with the symbols being the other way around at all. It's very rare now that I find I need to turn the whole canvas upside down. Because I work on my easel, when any of the canvas that I have completed is rolled around a piece of pipe lagging, it tucks just under like my easel, like it doesn't get in my way, it doesn't get in the way of my arms and things. It tucks quite nicely under my easel. I say it sticks out a little bit, but not where my arms want to sit or lie. And any remaining canvas that I haven't yet done falls over the top of my easel and sits on the back of it really easy. So I don't find that I need to, you know, turn it round because I need the other end of it and it's getting in my way and I have to move out of my way. I don't find I have that problem. So I will sometimes start with a diamond painting on its side and I will complete the whole thing with it on its side. Or I will just have it normal way. If it's portrait orientation or if it's a square, and I'll just continue with it there. Oh, we've got an AB. And I did notice when I was grabbing a pen the other day, I have this wax pen from Michelle's Creations. Yes, Michelle's Creations that was gifted to me. So I'm going to use this for my ABs. This has got a nice fresh wax tip on it. So I'm trying not to press too hard because I do tend to flatten the wax tips. That's not going to help. There we go, use the other end to move it about. Doesn't help if I end up dropping them in the wrong place, does it? But yeah, I find myself nudging the diamonds and then I end up squashing the wax tips, which is not good. But I don't want to use a glue pen on these because it will pull all the coating off. Okay, and next question. Hi Rebecca. Says, if you were having a dinner party and you could invite 3 famous people from the past or the present, who would you invite and why? Ooh, that is a very good question. Who would I invite and why? Famous people as well. Let me think. Do I even know or remember the names of that many famous people? I'm trying to think of the people I sort of know as well. I would probably invite Jason Manford, who's a UK comedian, because he's funny. And from things I've seen, like TV shows he's on, as well as you know, the comedy shows that he does that I've been to, he is not just a comedian that's only funny when he's doing his act. Like, he's a comedian that can be funny off the cuff. So yeah, I think that would be rather interesting and humorous, which is always good at a dinner party. Who else? I'm trying to think if there's anybody a bit more. I keep thinking the likes of Albert Einstein, but as far as I know, he wasn't necessarily much of a conversationalist, and I reckon that could possibly be a conversation that, even though I get a lot of things and I'm quite smart, I think he could definitely make me feel like I knew nothing. So it would be a no for that reason. Who else? 3 people. This is hard, partly because sometimes I picture people and I have absolutely zero idea who they are, what their name is, because I'm rubbish with names. It takes me ages for names to settle in. But also I probably just overthink too much on what I'd want out of this dinner party. 2 more. Who else would be interesting to have a conversation with? Michelle Obama would be interesting, I think. I think she would be an interesting person to have a conversation with. So yeah, those 2, and then I need 1 more. Oh, who else? I don't know. Maybe let's invite John Bon Jovi. Don't know how well he'd settle in with the other 2, but just for the fact that I've liked his music. Or maybe Nora Roberts, actually, the writer of the J.D. Robb books. Let's go for Nora Roberts. Nora Roberts, Michelle Obama and Jason Manford to keep things real and humorous. Oh, I've actually got another AB. Just put the cap back on because I realised I had a cap, and then I have another AB. So let's bob these in and then I'll have a look at the next question. I'm getting low on some questions. I think I'm going to have to resort to Google at some point, considering we're on, what, day 8? I got a few more days to go, but I do have a few lists of questions from email, so maybe they'll keep me going for a bit longer. Okay, that's those. Number 8. Somebody's asked, do you ever think you'll go back to scrapbooking on your channel? Probably not. I mean, never say never, because things can happen and things do change. But as a scrapbooking channel, while I definitely had followers, and some of them are still with me, they diamond paint now as well. There's a lot of scrapbooking channels, very much a lot, and my channel definitely took off more and gained more interest when I was doing diamond painting, because it was newer. So that definitely, there was nowhere near as many diamond painting channels out when I started mine, the same way that there is now with diamond painting. There's a lot more with diamond painting now, but originally there wasn't. And scrapbooking, there is loads. And to be fair, the scrapbooking, because of the type of craft scrapbooking is, there are definitely quite a few people, and definitely people that I used to follow for scrapbooking, that quite frankly were so much better at it than me. So much better at it. Diamond painting is definitely something that is not necessarily, you know, like a born with skill in the same way that the creative side of scrapbooking can definitely be. So yeah, while I never say never, because who knows what's going to happen, and I didn't necessarily think my channel would come away from scrapbooking, but it sort of did as life evolved. I wouldn't want to say it will never change. Change back, because who knows, I may pick up scrapbooking again in the future. Goodness knows how I'm going to fit all the crafts in if I do that, but we should see. So somebody says they have so many to do in their stash, but they don't want to display all of them in the house. What do I do with the ones I complete? So there's a few different things I do with mine. I do have a couple that are displayed but like more seasonal. So my seasonal ones, and I'm thinking I may get some of those magnetic bars I showed the other day. I may get some of those and have a few of my favourites that I can put up and sort of change every now and then. So that's one option, is to have seasonal ones or ones that you can pick up and put away. Some I actually send back to Diamond Art Studio UK. At my request, I actually have some sat here that need to go back, that they can use to showcase completed diamond paintings that they sell, because I don't have a use for putting them up. So I do that for some. Some I pass on. I pass on to other people who like them, or, you know, you can pass them on to potentially care homes, hospices. In fact, I might actually find out if some that are completed, because I have passed on some that aren't completed to care homes to use in activities with the residents, but I might actually see if they have use for any completed for decoration for anybody. So that's always an option. I don't personally ask for anything. I don't sell them in any way. I've got my enjoyment from the doing of them, and in my mind that's what I paid for, was the enjoyment of doing the craft. So I am not interested in any payment for any completed. If you are, you know, interested in payment, or even just, you know, getting the cost of the kit back, then that might be something that's harder. A lot of my 30 by 40s are displayed on A3 black card in a display book, so they're there for when I want to go back to them, and I can grab hold of those and look through them. And of course my paint gem are all stored in my little A5 display books, and that works for me for those. And yeah, I can switch them out or use them as decoration if I want to. I do have a couple up around the house. I keep meaning to potentially put more up, but as with some of the lovely artwork that we've picked up from independent artists when we've been on holiday, they're not up on the walls in our house either. So that's how that's going. It's just never become a priority. Life is always either so busy, or you just have a day where you don't have to do anything, that the last thing you feel like doing is figuring out where to hang up pictures. And we probably should do, but we don't. Okay, trying to make sure these are all squashed down. Oh, and then another Facebook question is, has there ever been a canvas that you gave up on and tossed because of disliking the drills or the glue, etc.? There has only been one that I have, in effect, before completing it, ditched and decided it was not for me, and that was my Heaven and Earth design, where the colours of the whites didn't match up and didn't look right. So that is on my channel. I sort of just decided to start again from scratch on Mini Beautiful Lights, and do it with diamonds from one seller. I actually passed that on to somebody, so I didn't actually throw it out. I passed it on to a subscriber. I don't know whether they used the top part of the diamonds or just used the rest of the blank canvas. I'm not bothered either way. But yeah, that was passed on. There is another diamond painting that springs to mind for me. It was a 30 by 40. I think it was from Home Fun on AliExpress. It was a picture of, it was a load of black in the background. It was like black and really dark blues. And it was a picture of a hand with sparkle, I think, coming out of the top of it. It was quite a few years ago. It's definitely one of my earlier paintings. And oh my goodness me, did the drills pop or what? Like the drill field for the squares was too small. It must have been too small. And you're only talking a fraction of a millimetre probably, or 1 millimetre, but it must have printed wrong, because those diamonds were popping well and truly, popping in multiple different places, and it was stubbornness that made me finish it. Well and truly, only stubbornness that made me actually finish it. I'm not sure if I later threw it, because diamonds just kept popping off. But yeah, that one I should have given up on. I should have given up on well earlier than I did. I mean, luckily it was only a 30 by 40. Maybe that's what helped me to decide to not continue with the Heaven and Earth design when I could see the difference between the drills, which was purely my fault. Like it was nothing to do with the quality of the canvas or the chart itself. It was because I was using spares, and spares didn't work with my whites. Works fine with the rest, but didn't work with the whites. Yeah, maybe it was because of the amount of time that I still had to have that one completed. Because I knew, you're still talking months and months for that one to be finished, because a cross-stitch chart to diamond painting takes a lot longer anyway, and I was nowhere near halfway through. Like, I'm already further on than I was on that one with my current Thursday Whip and Waffle. So the amount of time I would have wasted to complete that one, to see what it looks like to have not been happy because of that line, that definitely wasn't worth me continuing on. Stubborn or not, it wasn't worth it. Whereas it was stubbornness that made me finish the other one. I've never had something that I've had a problem with the glue though. I did have one where there was a little bit of glue missing on a painting once, but I was able to just put some like PVA glue down and let it get a little bit tacky, and then pop the diamonds on. You're talking a very, very small amount in a bottom corner. It's like it had just got missed in manufacturing, but I've never had a problem with glue on any canvases, luckily, so that's never been something that's caused me to want to ditch it. And I think production of canvases now has, you know, all kinks have been ironed out, because this one I had a problem with was way back in the day, way back in the beginning, when things, yeah, weren't as smooth as they are now. Okay, there we go. I have finished, when it comes into view, there we go. I finished this bottom section. We got a cute little ladybird to add to our selection. And where are we going tomorrow? Oh, we're going up to number 9. So we've definitely got not quite getting any joining up ones for a while. I did try and make the numbers work that way, because it's fun when it starts to join up. So we'll do that in the second part of the month. But anyway, that is another one done. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will speak to you all again tomorrow.